Okay. Drop set it 220 to 200. Rest pause. Yeah, on the belly side. To 140, 50. Okay, this one, same amount of reps. All the way down the stack. Thank you. Fucking funk. Ooh. By 150 to 100, and then after this, go to 50 pounds. Okay. Okay, for this one, pound for rep. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm gonna do 5 and 5. That was one set. All right, we'll do 2 more, 5, 5, and then after the 5, I'm gonna grab the probably 15 pounds, and we'll just go there and crank that shit out. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 7. Last set. And then I'll do 70. Whew. Yeah. 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 Okay. Almost a whole stack. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my goodness. I'm absolutely fucking cooked. Oof. Alright. Today was fucking great. Yeah, it was pretty good, honestly. I have no complaints, to be honest. But your boy's gonna go get some fucking brisket right now. And then we'll be on our way to, I don't know. We'll be on our way. But different closeout this time. I'm not trying to copy nobody on here, to be honest. But there is some inspiration. But for today was a great lift. 0 complaints for today. We still went in. We still executed. We still managed to hit chest. We did 80 pound repetitions. 80 pound repetitions, or 80 fucking pounds, 80 pounds for 3 sets, so 30 reps, and then we did a drop set, and then we went straight over to the seated chest press, and then we ended up doing the 90 pounds for 2 sets, and then we did a drop set on the chest press, seated, for one plate on each side, and then we went to failure to 20. And after that, we went to the incline Smith. We did a new PR. We did 5 sets of 20, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We did 100 fucking reps with just 90 pounds, doing the endurance and working the squeeze in the muscle. And then after that, we went over to the flies. We did 2 sets of 220, the whole stack. And then did 20 reps with that, and then we drop set it when he's 20 pounds. We did 10 reps with that, fucking cotton. And then after that, we went we just drop set it to 150, 100, and then we did 50 pounds for 50. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we also did, of course, the triceps overhead tricep press was 60 first for 10. And then we did the 70 pounds for 10, or 12 for 60, and then 70 pounds for 10. And then we grabbed the 25 pounds and did individual tricep pushovers, I guess you could say. For me, it really hits my triceps. And then we did some of those, and we did a drop set on that. And then we went over to tricep pushdowns and almost did the whole stack on those. And yeah, just, going in there, dominating, meeting new people, giving tips. And yeah, and honestly, what I can say about this whole entire fucking fitness journey is I'm meeting, people who are aligned with themselves, people who are bettering themselves, and most importantly, people who are just trying to do better each fucking day. So, and I can roughly say that, go ahead, lady, go. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so I'm thinking about doing about like 85%, like, sorry guys, 85% in the gym. I know I should be giving 100, but I would say 90%. I mean, I would say 90 between 100% would be, really going in there and doing a PR for one set, which honestly, it was, I'd rather work up to that weight and then surprise myself. But most importantly, we are showing up and we are dominating for ourselves, nobody else. And for those who are new to this channel and you like fitness and I'm tired of seeing fake shit online, right? I hate seeing cheaters online. I hate seeing people do drugs, steroids and shit. There's a whole epidemic going on with that shit. And for all you older people, you have 100%. You have 100%, guarantee that you have the right to do that because you're fully developed. I don't know if you've been training for so many years or if you haven't been training for so many years, but nobody should be tapping into the needle. And I'm pretty sure I haven't reached my peak yet. And what I mean by my peak is right now my peak would be 80-pound dumbbells for chest press, right? But I would like to get to the hundreds for reps, not just for fucking one set, one rep max, whatever. I want to do sets. I want to actually feel the range of motion. I actually want to go in there and do the fucking workout and listen to Dorian Yates and fucking Kevin Levrone and Tom Platz and whatever the fuck. I have a whole playlist, by the way, in my channel. My playlist open to the public so you can know what I'm listening to, also as well as funk. But yeah, like I said, most importantly, proving to myself that I'm not saying I can do better and be better, but proving to myself that I can achieve certain lifts, obviously my max capabilities as a natural person. And then when I get older, everyone's naturally going to, testosterone goes down. So yeah, and then there's certain people, and I think who I'm talking about, who have already tapped into that shit, and I just don't get it, and for those who know who I'm talking about, there's a certain amount of people, you just look fucking old. You look old, you lose your hair, you dry your skin out, and it's just like, bruh, at that point, it's not really necessarily for the achievement, but it's more necessarily about, I wouldn't say the popularity, but just the grand fucking, basically the whole grand total would be do your best, achieve your best, and if you get to age 30, 35, start experimenting. But if you are below the age 30 or even 25, or I would say below 27, 28, because yeah, if you're below the age 30, you shouldn't be doing that shit. And what's even better is if you do something naturally, and I'm not saying take TRT. TRT to me is a steroid. I don't give a fuck who says, oh, it's a natural. No, it's fucking not. It feels natural. I'd be fucking here doing it, but I'm not. I'm going home, eating my food, eating my carbs, eating my proteins, eating my fucking fish, my tuna, my chicken, my rice. Your steroids should be your food. And it's kind of crazy, how people just like, oh my god, I'm like 3% body fat, and I'm like 150 pounds. I have abs. I look nice on Instagram. But then it's like, okay, that's good and all, but you already hit a ceiling, and one, you won't be able to have fertility, so your balls are going to shrink. You're not going to be able to produce testosterone by yourself, so then you're going to have to be spending this extra money to keep up with that. And then if you go homeless or some shit and you don't have a job or anything, your physique's just go like SpongeBob. I used to get a SpongeBob, when he gets those fake arms. SpongeBob, he gets the inflatable arms, He may look big, he may look good, but at the end of the day, when you stop doing that, there's a benefit to risk ratio to this. It's like, all right, yeah, I look good, I look nice, I inflate pretty easy and shit. I'm gonna look nice, or you can wait, have patience, because patience brings virtue, and inflate yourself naturally, get big as fuck as possible, and then when you get to that certain point, right? Like, for example, Sebum is a good example for that shit. Sebum didn't do anything. Now, I may not know this 100%, but from what I see is he trained his whole fucking life when he was young, and then he started, getting more into it, and then he ended up fucking inflating pretty nice, and that's why he's fucking almost 6'7", I think he's 7 or 6 time Mr. Olympia. But don't settle for less. And I'm not saying, oh, my physique is shit, oh my god, I'm skinny, I see these people on Instagram or on YouTube doing this and everything. For one, I can guarantee you 80% of people you see here is doing TRT or some shit. And rise above, be good, have fun, be better, and have your fertility. Because like I said, the benefit to risk ratio is that you look good, you look nice, you get strong. But what happens when you stop using it? Plus, it just makes you look old and fucking crazy. Like, makes your hair thin. It's just, there's a whole dark side of bodybuilding, for that shit. And for powerlifting, it's a completely different thing. But it's just like I said, it's a really what's that word? It's a really overlooked thing, and people, it's crazy. Like, the other day I had a kid, he was like, oh my god, have you seen Sam Solik? Is he natural? I'm like, I mean, look at him, bro. He's like, hair's thinning, fucking acne, and it's just crazy. So, I can't obsess over the fact that young people are dying. So, keep to yourself, do your best, have fun in the gym. Because if you don't have fun, then you're not gonna get the feeling of the love of the game. So, just appreciate who you are, what you can do as a person and as a whole. And then when you start, getting to that certain point where it's like, oh, okay, I'm 30, my test is low, I'm barely achieving what I can when I was young. All right, that's a certain certification of you being able to do that. So, just love yourself, take care of yourself. Don't tap into a bottle, or grab some fucking meat and buy some meat, and just love yourself, because at the end of the day, it's really, your body is your temple, and what you do to your body and everything is going to reflect on how your life is. So, and it's going to be very super fucking expensive maintaining that. So rise above, do better, appreciate yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, know your worth, because you are worth a lot in this world, and no one's in your life there for you to tell you this. You are worth a lot in this world. Alright? If you feel sad, go into the fucking gym and lift some weights. If you don't like yourself, go into the gym and lift some weights. Who gives a fuck what people think? Just do you. Just go in there, pay attention to people, and don't be afraid to ask questions, ask for tips and everything. But there's a whole thing. I mean, I can go more and more into this, but at the end of the day, like I said, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're beautiful. Know your worth. Get out there, fail. Don't be afraid to fail, because the most successful people in this world have failed numerous times. And just love yourself. But I think you know what I'm going to say. And of course,